Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Admiral, I have some questions for you. Thank you for being here. You authored the controversial, I would say, Task Force 1 Navy report. Is that right?
Yes, I was part of the lead there, yes.
Okay. I want to ask you a few questions about that. So on page 33, it recommends including a, quote, cultural framework questionnaire tailored to individual minority candidates for the Naval Academy. What does that mean?
So I don't have that in front of me right now, Senator, but I would share that basically what we started looking at was a whole of person criteria to look at young folks and make sure we can open our aperture and look for more talent and look the talents of all those willing to serve our nation.
So does that mean that there's a different application based on somebody's race?
No, Senator, and to be clear, we are a warfighting organization. Our most fundamental duty is to support and defend the Constitution and to support and make sure we can take care of the safety and security of the American people. That's what we're about. We're warfighters, right? So that's what this process is about, to make sure we can build readiness.
Well, I would agree with that. On page 40, I'm honestly trying to understand what some of these terms mean and how it would apply. I don't think any of this stuff has been implemented yet. Is that right?
Most of the results from the Task Force 1 Navy report was rolled into the Culture of Excellence campaign. If you look at the recommendations, there are words like explore, review, and then the Navy took a look at it and they decided what they wanted to use, what they could help to build warfighters. And so basically the Culture of Excellence, which is about warfighters and the foundation, is what's left over now of the Task Force 1 effort.
Okay. On page 40 of that, you recommend that we consider the use of diversity stamps on minority applications. What is a diversity stamp?
Actually, that was from before. There used to be a case of diversity stamps. I'm not sure if that was the exact recommendation. I don't have it in front of me right now. So. Okay.
I guess the idea then of whether it's in there, I want to make sure I understand if it is the idea, what is the thinking behind a diversity stamp?
So, Senator, I will share with you that I'm reminded of the words "e pluribus unum," out of many one. That's who we are. We're a nation of immigrants. We're a nation of people serving together. There's so many of us today who are looking for opportunity to serve, and they want to serve our nation and do what's best for all of us. And so I think, again, the Navy was looking at a way to find out who people were. To be quite honestly, after 2 years in Carrier Strike Group Command, I was asked to lead this effort. I did not ask for it. I wanted to do it. But I think I was selected to do it because of my character, my reputation, my professional.
Well, listen, I admire your career, and I really do thank you for your service. My concern is, this is not the first time I've asked on this kind of topic when people come before and have been, their name has been associated with some of these ideas. I do think it's incredibly divisive, right? To be, whether it's a quota or it's just dividing the room by immutable characteristics, I just don't think it has anything to do, or it has no place in our military. I really don't. And I do think we should be active in reaching out to a broad group of people to serve. I don't disagree with that at all. But, when there's things like recommendation 5.4, which is to counter hate speech, who decides, who's the arbiter of what's hate speech in this recommendation?
That is decided by the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Okay. Would referring to white people as Bubbas be hate speech?
I don't know about that.
Well, that's part of the problem. I mean, yeah. Derek Chollet, who's President Biden's nominee to be Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, that's what he said in 2020. So I don't know, is he disqualified? Is that hate speech or not hate speech? So this is what I'm getting at. I don't understand what a lot of these terms even mean, and certainly not how they would be applied. And you authored this report, so I'm honestly asking for some explanations about how this would actually work.
Again, I think, Senator, the Navy took the report, they looked at it, and they'll decide how they want to go forward with it. As I said before, if anything out of it, they wrote it to the Culture of Excellence 2.0 to look at how to build warfighters.
Okay, well, we may follow up with some additional questions on this, because I don't know what a quality assurance check means. I don't anyway, I appreciate your service. There's just a lot of questions about this report that I have, which I hope you can appreciate. I'm not alone in this. I think we need to do everything we can to ensure that our armed services and our military is the great meritocracy it should be. And my concern is that you start dividing people up, or this obsession with race is not good for us. It's certainly not. I don't think gets us further down the road. I think it's hurting recruiting. I firmly believe that. So I appreciate your time here today.